This is a 2019 Honda Accord Hybrid. First thing I can tell you, this part has generated a lot of comments on the interwebs. We partook in that. And I continue to stand by the fact that it's actually kind of handsome. And I did mention that on the inside, it's one of the nicest features, at least compared to the Civic. Lots of useless blah blah. Sorry about that. So base price for the Accord Hybrid is $33,390. This is not that car. This is the fully decked out $40,090 Touring. So what do you get for that price? A little bit of extra bright work, a moonroof. Oh, one of the most important features, and adaptive dampers. I will talk to you about them in a few minutes. Did I mention moonroof? I forget. Navigation, heads-up display, a lovely feature, wireless charging, heated steering wheel, vented seats, and that's pretty much it. I still think it's a handsome car. I might be wrong, but I'm not. It doesn't happen very often. Anyhow, let's look at space, because this car is insanely spacious. Oops. According to Honda, this is 473 liters of trunk space. It's so very usable, it must be more than that. Anyhow, enough of that. Oh, and contrary to the Insight, there is a handle under there, which they should all have. Look at that. It's a limo. It's a freaking limo. Okay, we're getting in. I'm all the way up against the ceiling to show you how much legroom there is. It's completely insane. And lovely finish. There's your heated rear seats back here. Some USB ports for charging. I think you could sit 4 across. Maybe not with my son's seat, but it's huge. Headroom is decent. And there's that lovely dash. I haven't said that very often in modern Hondas, but it applies here. Okay. Lovely. Look at the seats. Again, the craftsmanship, the fit and finish. If I was at Acura, I would be very worried about what's going on at Honda. So that's standard in the Accord Hybrid. Gauges, all kinds of menus. Yes, you're ready to drive. Thank you. There you go. Like the Insight, you cannot have the speed be displayed up here, but thankfully you get heads-up display in the Touring. Lovely screen, which is looking for approval. There you go. Navigation, I mentioned it. Satellite radio. The presentation is wonderful. There's your vented and heated front seats. I mean, it's actually really nice looking. This, on the other hand, I'll get used to it once Honda discontinues it. I think that's what's going to happen. Your drive mode buttons. Lots of storage. There's your wireless charging down there. It's brilliant. Speaking of storage, because that's also what it doubles. I don't know. It's lovely in here. It's lovely in here. Quite nice. These are adjustments for your heads-up display. Oh yeah, this thing has a full complement of active, passive safety features. And it looks like that. And I like the way it looks, so I can say that it drives even better than it looks. If you don't like the way it looks, let me tell you, it drives wonderfully well. So let's look at that together. So now I'm driving the Accord Hybrid, and I'm still on a high from the Insight. I can't believe I'm saying these words. The Insight blew me away with its refinement and the performance and the fuel economy. And the Accord is just a couple steps up. So let's just start with the powertrain. 2-liter Atkinson cycle over the 1.5. So it generates a little bit more power. It's got the electric motor, ECVT, same thing as the Insight, same principle. So total system output is 212 horsepower, which is respectable beat and then some. The key is the electric motor's torque, which is 232 pounds. From 0 RPM to 2,000, then the gasoline engine kicks in, gives you a little bit of a punch. But, I mean, I've driven a 2-liter turbo Accord. I liked it, but I wouldn't spend the money on a 2-liter turbo. I get a freaking hybrid. And look at that. Huh? That's probably one of the main reasons why I get a Touring over the base car. The heated steering wheel. But the main reason why you get the Touring over the base car, the adaptive dampers. They are, I mean, the drive is just incredibly good, comfortable, sporty, it's responsive. Even the steering is good. It's not talking to you, right? This is not a performance car. It's a hybrid with all kinds of adjustments, and it's a modern car, so it doesn't, with a few exceptions like the 86 or the MX-5. But, I mean, okay, so I'm going to go right into sport mode, merging onto the highway. CVT drones, but I'm doing vastly over the speed limit, and it doesn't take time. I'm going to go back to normal. There's an econ mode, which I haven't really played with yet, nor will I, because normal is just fine. And on the fuel economy thing, it's crazy. It just is, it's amazing what Honda is doing with their hybrids. Makes plug-in hybrids almost redundant and pointless, in my opinion, with the amount of range that they actually have. Okay, so the inside, I think it was like 4.6 city liters per 100 kilometers, 5.3 highway for a combined 4.9. This is 5.55. So essentially a fuel economy for this more powerful, larger, better equipped, slightly more expensive, mid-size, mega large sedan. It's 5 liters per 100 kilometers. I am averaging 6.3 because me, but still 6.3 is really good. It's freaking cold outside and the snow is coming, so it's not going to get any better this week anyway. The ride quality, these adaptive dampers, it's wonderful. This portion of the highway not too far from my pad is not good, but the ride remains good. And the brakes, like the Insight, with the regen braking, the internal combustion engine switching on, off, and all that, beautiful, linear, amazingly tuned. And like the Insight, the paddles on the steering wheel set the amount of regen braking you can have. So I'm getting off the highway, 1, 2, and 3. Most aggressive regen mode, that's one extra setting over the Insight. But as soon as I get back on the throttle, it shuts off. So like the Insight, the battery just can't hold that much charge. So I suspect that's why that happens. I mean, I wish you could just leave it, because I love regen braking. It works so well, especially in this car. So it's reasonably quiet on the highway, very good on gas, good power, your drive modes. Sure, the 2-liter turbo is faster, but why? I can't believe I'm saying these things. What have I grown up? I have 2 kids now, and I'm respectable and intelligent and reasonable. I just don't get it. But then, these Honda hybrids are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I mean, okay, the paddles annoy me. Wish it was all-wheel drive, but that's just me and, well, most auto journalists, unfortunately, we're just never happy. But everything else about the car is fantastic. And in the rare case, in this case, at least compared to the Insight, I would spring for the Touring for just about 41K, if for the adaptive damper, heated steering wheel, and a few other inclusions. In conclusion, however, I think I would still get the Camry Hybrid. It's got a little bit more zing to it, but this is brilliant.